I'm voting Trump 2020. My name's John Crestani. I'm an entrepreneur out of California, and I'm going to explain why I'm voting Trump and why you should too. Let's get it. So I'm voting Trump 2020 for three major reasons, and I'm gonna detail them out for you, and I hope you can keep an open mind while listening to me here. But number one is business, number two is global policies, and number three is education. And I'm a teacher actually, so I'll explain how that kind of factors into everything then. But number one is business, and I believe Trump is making great deals. Many people look at him and see somebody who is sensationalist or crass, or they say, oh, he's using bad words, or he's being politically incorrect. But what I've got to say to you is it's all a game. Okay, it's a game, and it's called negotiation. And as an entrepreneur, I'm constantly negotiating deals. I know it's about leverage. It's about what one side knows, or it's about, you always got to trick the other side, or at least a little bit in negotiation. It's a game of chess. I'm a big chess player. And Trump, with these international deals he's doing, he's playing chess. And keep in mind, by the way, I'm no if you're in the comments hating on me, I don't know much about politics, frankly. I know a little bit. But I don't know a lot. And this is just an average, everyday perspective. But I hope for those of you who have an open mind, who are not immediately going into rebuttals against everything I'm saying while you're listening to this, can hear me out and listen to me, okay? Because I think this is actually very important. So that's number one. Number two is isolationism. And while Trump, says a lot of things about other countries, from his actions, I don't see us really going into any major wars. I see Trump trying to avoid wars as much as possible. I see him doing a lot of things to really try to stay out of giving other countries money, of giving other countries aid, of giving other countries the ability of our army or all that stuff. And I frankly like that. I think we should be focusing more on this country, on our country, and not be looking at wars or acting as global peacekeepers or spreading our global capitalist agenda to other countries. Let other countries be. If African nations want to do what they do, let them do that. If they don't, if they're not investing in healthcare, big whoop, that's their problem. Let their people handle that, but we'll handle what's over here. If independent philanthropists like Bill Gates want to give money to Africa, great. But, that's not our problem. I'm just saying Africa as kind of nothing against Africa as a representation of whatever. I don't know all the issues, but I know that we should be keeping our money for ourselves, because I already pay way too many taxes. And that brings me into number three, which is education. I believe education. I'm a teacher, okay? I'm an online teacher, but the difference between me and other teachers is I teach for free on YouTube. I put out content every day on YouTube, and I'm actually in the top 1% of the US population of income earners. I might even be in the top 0.1%. I don't even know. I haven't looked lately. But point being, I do pretty well. And, I see the transition of our youth moving more and more and more out of the traditional education system, which sucks you into debt, which they don't get to choose their curriculums. All this crazy stuff. I believe it's brainwashing. I believe it's societal brainwashing, and Trump's policies of being able to, help people choose schools, and also the fact that he's playing hardball with these colleges and saying, hey, I'm not scared to take funding away from you, because the government supports a lot of our education system right now. And I believe it is the biggest part of our economy, of our society, that is messed up. Now, as a teacher myself, I am teaching people, and I have to fight for every single minute of my students' attention spans. I'm teaching on YouTube, and I have courses that cost 1/20th of the cost of a traditional college education, but my students say deliver 20 times the value of what they learned in college. I am an independent educator, and Trump gave massive tax breaks last year, 20% tax breaks last year, to people in the education space, which I am very thankful of. And I was able to save a lot of money. Actually, it ended up being, my tax refund ended up being hundreds of thousands of dollars into my bank account. I actually, just to illustrate my point, I loaded up a gun, and I want to say thank you, Trump, for the massive tax breaks. Thank you for not playing by the politically correct rules that I will get in the haters' comments down below. And I'm being outright, I'm being transparent, I'm being verbal, and I'm saying vote Trump 2020. I believe he's fighting for our country. Our economy is getting better, our education system is getting better, and our society and our youth hopefully are getting better. So let the hate begin. If you don't like this video, click off, go to the next video. But if you identified with this, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And actually, if you're a major YouTuber watching this, I'd love to debate you. So I will love anybody who has a large following on YouTube. I would love to do a live stream debate with anybody about any issue. I'll put it out there. But a moderated debate, we need a moderator, and I will take you down. So let's go, let's have fun, and comment below. I'd love to read your thoughts. Have a good day.